I'm Sherry Irvin.
And I'm Liz Carr.
And we are the Associate Deans of the University of Oklahoma at the Graduate College. And we want to talk to you today about our efforts to promote a supportive climate for graduate students. Our core strategy is an all hands on deck strategy. The Graduate College Dean and Associate Deans are fully engaged in thinking about how to promote a supportive climate. We have a Director of Graduate Student and Postdoc Retention and Support who meets with students individually, goes out to meet with graduate student groups in academic units, does programming, provides coaching, and reports back to us about what she's hearing about the challenges students are facing. We have a Director of Academic Services and team, and they are constantly alert for improvements that we could make to our policy and practices to be more supportive for grad students. We have an Assistant Dean for Information Services who assists with data transparency, making sure that we are ourselves have access to and are giving access to academic units data on degree completion, time to degree, and other metrics that are affecting graduate student success. We have a new Director of Communications who's helping us with making sure that information is available and accessible and ensuring that our communications always have a supportive tone. And we engage in active collaboration with many other offices, as you'll hear.
Both in our office and in collaboration with other offices, we have several support services for graduate students. One is our Academic Life Coaching Program, which helps students identify critical techniques to overcome challenges, both inside and outside of academic life, and help them achieve their degree. We also offer a course for graduate students with multilingual backgrounds at various stages of their degrees. This includes individualized feedback on their writing projects. Within our libraries, we have a number of subject matter librarians that support our graduate students in the research lifecycle. They help promote understanding of best practices for research and data management, and they offer a variety of workshops of data management and visualization, software carpentry, and presentation skills, to name a few. In terms of policy, one of our newer policies that we have implemented is a family and medical graduate assistant release. This is targeted to students that have a family or medical care event that wish to continue academic progress, but can't juggle the duties of a graduate assistantship. In this case, they maintain their tuition waiver and their health insurance, but they do not continue their GA duties during that semester.
We adopt an individualized strategy to deal with advisor-advisee difficulties or conflicts. Depending on how the conflict came to our attention, we have a supportive consultation, perhaps with the student, perhaps with the advisor, perhaps with both. And we give guidance to everybody concerned if we're authorized to intervene in the situation beyond the party who initially consulted with us. We try and provide information about effective communication, about reasonable and realistic expectations by all parties, about appropriate processes and policies, and also about options for addressing the situation or moving in a different direction. We typically consult the academic college and academic unit leadership if we are going to get involved directly in the situation, and we collaborate with the provost's office and the academic college dean to address situations where we're seeing something that looks like academic bullying. And sometimes we actually facilitate a warm handoff to a new advisor, preferably a senior faculty member who is well positioned to take on the student and deal with any kinds of tension or political fallout associated with the student's transition out of their initial lab. We want to talk a little bit about a case study of a specific academic unit where we had seen graduate students reporting persistent climate concerns. We knew about a lot of aspects of this situation and had to take some pretty extensive actions that are still in progress. We were aware of specific faculty members who were engaging in troubling advising practices. We had seen evidence of harsh communication style by both faculty and staff in the unit. There was a chaotic and stressful hiring process for teaching assistants that often left people uncertain up to the very last minute about whether they would have financial support. There were multiple acute mental health crises among graduate students in the unit, much higher rate than we've seen in any other unit. We noted high attrition rates and high rates of doctoral students leaving with the terminal masters. sharp gender differences in time to degree and PhD completion, and really a lackluster response by the academic unit leadership to the situation when we brought it to their attention and tried to address it.
When we stepped into this situation, one of the first things we did was to have a change in graduate program leadership and a shift in that position to a person of it viewed as an advocate that had a collaborative and open relationship with the graduate college to work on student situations. And we also had a shift in the faculty engaging in the first year professional curriculum so that those individuals weren't the ones that were giving us that lackluster response. We also ensured that students and student leadership in the program were aware of the open line of communication with the graduate college, so they felt free to reach out as needed.
It was interesting to see the role that grad series data played and could potentially have played here. We received the grad series data when we were already aware of and trying to address a lot of the concerns, and grad series data certainly confirmed the things we already knew. But if we had had this data earlier, which were benchmarked against the same academic unit and other institutions, I think we could have really used it as leverage to promote change and gotten past some of the academic unit's tendency to dismiss or deny that there were any distinctive problems in their unit. We're now trying to proactively engage units that have climate issues that are indicated by grad series. So it allows us to do additional analysis of other data we have to identify attrition pain points, issues with time to degree, race and gender gaps in performance, degree completion, time to degree, problems with the student's workload, the level of financial support, and other issues that the grad series data and that students themselves are indicating are a problem in the unit. So our plan is really to use grad series along with other data we collect to support academic units in promoting and recognizing their strengths and also acknowledging and addressing their weaknesses.
In our developing strategies, our plan is to provide an annual report to every department with data about graduate student success and their experience. We are also working with other offices to incorporate mentorship quality into the faculty annual evaluation and to look at graduate program assessment. And we are interested in convening a cross-disciplinary graduate education community to work on further enhancements, including improved cultural competency.
We look forward to discussing all of these efforts with you, and we welcome you to get in touch with us if you would like to. And our email addresses are here.